The future of dating is here, and it could change everything we know about finding love. I say that because some of the biggest dating apps in the world are now tearing up their own playbooks. Bumble, the app built around women making the first move, now says men can make the first move too. And it's giving matches longer to get the conversation started. Tinder, it's using AI, artificial intelligence, to help choose your matches, while at the same time expanding real-world events designed to get singles off the app and meeting face-to-face. Hinge is using AI to help you break the ice, and new features to get you from a match to an actual date faster. And this is all happening as the dating industry confronts something called swipe fatigue. So this is where people are tired of, endless profiles and endless chats and connections that go nowhere. Yes, after years of encouraging the world to date online, dating apps are using new technology to try to get us back into the real world. So is this the beginning of a dating revolution, or proof that the old way was better all along? I want to bring in Anna Morgenstern. She's an international matchmaker, dating coach who has spent more than a decade helping singles find lasting relationships without relying on an algorithm to do the work. Thank you so much for coming on. Apps just not cutting it anymore?
Thank you for having me. And, I don't like to say anything bad about the apps because they're just a tool at our disposal to meet someone. But the way the apps have been designed have made us feel like we're just not deserving of love because we're not getting good matches anymore. They want us to pay. And now that we know that the algorithm is there to make us feel bad. Now, yeah, people do want to meet more online, but we have to remember any tool to meet someone is great. It's not like they're inherently bad. It's how we use them. It needs to be adjusted. We shouldn't be matching with people if we don't want to meet them.
Well, there's hoarding, right? People just what's going on? Just people hoard a million different matches and they just don't have real connections. They try to find somebody better. What's going on there?
I think it's an ego thing. I think people like to see how many matches that they could potentially get, how many people like them. And maybe after you get it to a certain amount, it's very overwhelming. I can't imagine keeping up so many conversations, the same kind of questions. How's your weekend? What are you up to this week? It gets so monotonous and boring.
Well, Hinge is limiting it now, right? They won't allow you another connection until you get rid of some of the older ones. And this idea of pushing for the real world, I find that interesting because that's, before apps, that's what it was.
Yeah, exactly. I think with anything, if the technology is too much, we kind of try to swing the other way. But again, like meeting someone in person is great. Dating apps can be great too. It doesn't have to be one or the other. We can do both. You
got to talk to me about the AI component. There's something about AI choosing who free to match with. And AI, people are using ChatGPT to try to find, how should I respond back? How should I comment? It's like, who are you going on a date with at the end of the day? What do you think about AI's role in online modern dating?
Yeah, listen, AI is great at being efficient, right? If we know we have certain criteria that is going to work with us, and then we have deal breakers that we really shouldn't be seeing people outside of those things, then great. We shouldn't be having matches or going on dates with people that are deal breakers. But we shouldn't have AI write our bios or answer conversations for us. It still needs to be you. But I do like the idea of you're in a tricky situation, you don't know if you're misreading something, you can put that into an AI and it can give you an idea that maybe isn't so negative and you're not going to respond something very reactive.
You know where you won't be able to use AI in real time? If you go meet somebody in a real place, a bar, restaurant. Where do you recommend people meet people in real life? How do they approach people these days? I remember having a conversation like 10 years ago where I met somebody and she's like, you met my friend at a bar? That's weird. You have to meet everybody on an app. Do people do you still recommend people meet people in real places, and where should they go?
Yeah, I think this is the year of community building. We have so many different groups and communities of any interest you have, literally from backgammon to jogging to religious organizations. You can find your people in real life. So just find some things that interest you, lean in, and make some new friends. As you grow your social network, you will naturally meet more like-minded people.
You told me something really interesting, that originally you were helping your friends find their loved ones, their other half, and you said there's a misconception about what the spark is, what people think the spark is. What did you mean?
Yeah, of course, people want to feel that feeling on a first date of wow, this is someone special. But if you're feeling those butterflies, that might be anxiety, which we don't like. If you're feeling comfortable and safe and you've been with someone that, it's only been an hour, but you feel like you've known them your whole life, that's the spark. It's not the feeling of, I hope they text me back, or I don't know if they like me. That's just anxiety. Don't fall into that trap.
People think that's what it is. I must like this person so much, which I get it. So if somebody doesn't, feel that spark, they feel that connection on the first date, do you say go on a second date with them? When do they know that they should steer clear? Because I also know people are like, I didn't know after the first date, but the second, the third, what do you recommend?
Yeah, exactly. If your body is screaming, wow, I want to rip this person's clothes off, and that's you're thinking that's the kind of spark you're going for, like that's not it. It's more of the feeling like I had fun with this person. I'm curious to learn more. I didn't hate this time with them. It was actually really fun. I felt comfortable. You definitely have to go out with that person again, even if you didn't feel like necessarily that big romantic urge to kiss them. That might happen on the second or third date as you get to know them better. So don't sell it too short. You have to give things a chance to grow. And I guarantee you that hot burning fire you feel on the first date with someone is going to burn out just as quickly.
Let me ask you this. Do you have faith in people, we have 30 seconds, people finding their loved ones? Because I hear people are not getting married, not getting into relationships, they're starting later. What do you think?
No, I think people are so ready for love. They're just a little bit mixed up with all the different tools at our disposal. Don't be negative about dating. That's the most important thing.
Okay.
Having a healthy mindset, being positive, you will find your person.
Little positive segment on a Tuesday night. I really appreciate it because, again, I think that this is an important conversation because I was talking to another guest today on my Hot Take show where they were like, millennials are actually single. They might be single going into the years ahead.
Because they're chasing the wrong spark.
That's what we should call this segment.
Yes.
Chasing the wrong spark. So you encourage people to still use the apps, but they also have to be careful, right, about how much they put on there too. It's a little security issue.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, remember, this is an internet stranger, so we don't want to be meeting someone and not having anyone else know that you're meeting the stranger. But see if you can find them online. If you can see they have like an Instagram or a LinkedIn, you can check them out.
Okay.
They're safe, most likely. But if they have nothing about them online, that's a little bit of a red flag.
All right, Anna Morgenstern, thank you so much for taking the time. It was good to see you.